talk about habits, your default mode, your habitual mode. I want you to think about any habit you've had in your lifetime and how you broke it. Say you wanted to break the habit of eating junk food all the time. How did you break that habit? First, you recognize where your problem issue is. The big key here is that you are going to have to take your habit behavior, eating bad food, and you're going to have to replace it with the habit that you would like to have, eat healthy. The first thing you do is you create a plan. This is my starting point. This is my A point. This is my end point, my B point, and I got to get from A to B. And you start figuring out in your life, well, I got to have this unhealthy food out of here because I'm going to eat it if it's here. And you start removing all of the things that trip you up out of your home. You start thinking about things way more proactively, and you say to yourself, okay, well, if I get hungry for a snack, then I will eat a carrot. So you've essentially taken the steps to recognize the issue, figure out where you want to go, what behaviors you're going to replace it with, because no habit can be fixed without changing the behaviors. The interesting thing about this is that as you're fixing your habits in your room, you also have the difficult task of changing the habits of the children in your room. Key to success here is that when you go through all these steps and you work out how you're going to fix it for one thing happening in your room, that you stay consistent. It does you no good, none, to come up with a new procedure of this is how we enter the classroom. You're going to do so silently. You're going to go get your bell work. You're going to silently work on your bell work so that I can do my attendance. And when I get up to speak, that is how you'll know that class is going to begin. If you have a question during that time, please whisper to your partner, but do not go above a whisper. Does you no good to set that procedure up if you make them do it the first day, but then the second day they come in and they're just talking. What good did you just do? You taught them that you're going to teach them a procedure, and then you're not going to make them do it. You now made their habit even more toxic than it was before, because now you've taught them that that's okay, that they can defy what you say. You're in charge of what's happening here. You're the one setting the tone, and you're the one teaching them how you want them to behave towards you. If you want them to behave a certain way towards you, then you have to be insistent with it. And I'm not talking about yelling at them or belittling them or any of that stuff. Consistency and demanding respect is not the same thing as belittling and being rude and being harsh. You can set the tone by saying, oh, I'm sorry, I see that you're being a little loud. Could you please go out and come back in and make certain that you're silent, please? Consistency is the key. Whenever you decide on what your procedures are, consistency is the key. If you are not consistent, your students fall back into habit and you fall back into habit. You've got to be proactive. Stop reacting to the situation. Reacting to the situation is getting you nowhere. Reacting is getting you filled full of anxiety, and you can't get anything done, and you're an ineffective teacher in this way. Stop being reactive. Be proactive. Be consistent. And I guarantee you, great things in your teaching world will change. This is the key to fixing over half the behavior issues in your room. Over half of your behaviors are just going to go away.